The story of Starfield is one that we know a lot about, but also very little at the same time. It is a story that I hope to speculate on more and more as we get closer to the game's release. That is going to be the goal of today's video. We are going to go over the details that we know so far and then speculate on what I personally believe the story is going to be for this game. I have many thoughts and theories so far, and I'm sure a lot of people have already. I'm also fully aware if some of you have already heard a bunch of these details and speculation theories from other channels, but I just personally wanted to give my take on it as well. I'm trying my best to think of many different types of video ideas before this game launches, and this is one of them for the time being. If you are looking forward to Starfield, but mainly the Starfield story, drop a like on this video and subscribe and comment down below all your thoughts and theories as we get into this video. Also, for those wondering, this video was made at the beginning of the August 14th week as I'm currently on vacation right now in Europe, so all the information in this video was up to that date and not after. So let's get into the story details of this world. The main core Starfield story is very much a secret still, I feel, although Bethesda has given out a few details for us to conjure on in terms of theorizing. We know that Starfield takes place in 2330, 20 years after two of the largest factions in the settled systems, the United Colonies and Freestar Collective, engaged in a war for territorial control around the galaxy. You'll assume the role of a member of Constellation, an organization of space explorers trying to navigate what remains of the aftermath where you go, and who you choose to side with from there is up to you. I'll also add in this, but it is said that it is confirmed that the Starfield main quest will be 20% bigger than the Skyrim and Fallout 4 main quests. I have not played either of those games, so I imagine that's still very big, and especially for a Bethesda game. I looked it up and it says 30 to 40 hours, so definitely buckle up for this one. For me, this will definitely be one of the top 3 biggest stories that I've ever played in gaming. One thing is for sure, and that is the fact that the story is going to focus on a lot of these different factions, but you will probably have the ability to have some involvement with each of them along the way in the story. Depending on how much you work for them or don't work for them remains to be seen, but they will all definitely tie in together in some way. The main one that we do all know will have a lot of involvement in is called Constellation. They have several fragments of what are called artifacts, which is what they are searching for. They'll be involved closely with unraveling the central mystery at the heart of the game's narrative, exploring anomalies and figuring out what the Eye is. From what you've seen, including a sneak peek at our character's visions, the Eye is a total unknown, possibly another artifact, place, or entity that ties the whole thing together. We also know that Sarah Morgan, the faction leader for Constellation, will join you as a companion for at least some of the quest line. According to some research I did online, the main opening to the game involves a mission where you have to clear out some pirates at a base on a moon, which then ultimately leads you to one of the many artifacts that you'll encounter in the game. You then take it to Sarah Morgan and Constellation on New Atlantis. This is essentially where the main story actually begins. From there, you as the main character will experience cryptic visions, setting up a central mystery as to what the artifacts are and what they do. This is now where we get into my theories for what I think is going to happen. No joke, the more you read into it, it almost feels like there is a prophecy theme to it all. Like I've done in some of my past videos with Starfield, I'm bringing Star Wars into this, but it makes me feel like you will actually end up being the chosen one, akin to what Anakin Skywalker was. You have a destiny and a prophecy to fulfill, and over time you'll learn more about what that is when you explore the galaxy and star systems around you. I also think that with what we know about the fact that there will be side missions all throughout for you to participate in, I think a lot of those are going to influence the decisions you make towards the end. A lot of those side missions will involve maybe working for multiple different factions that might bring a conflict and battles, which we know there will be because you are going to be fighting people as seen by the footage that has been shown already. It doesn't matter who is fighting each other, whether it's Constellation, United Colonies, Freestar Collective, or any of the other factions. All of that combined will eventually lead us to the very end. The very end of which I now want to get into because I have a few theories here. For one, again, we are taking it over to my favorite film ever in Interstellar, which I, like Star Wars, have mentioned many times on this channel already with my videos. What if the end game for the story involves us traveling through a wormhole all the way into another universe many light years away that will let us discover the first intelligent life forms of aliens? Now, hear me out on this one because obviously inside of this game you have a grav drive in your ship that already allows you to travel light years through space to planets. But what if if it wasn't even that simple? What if even the best grav drive that you can get your hands on in the game can't allow you to do what the most powerful wormhole can? Again, like I mentioned with Interstellar, that is something that happens inside of that film. Although at least in that movie, they were at a time in human history where that sort of technology wasn't invented yet for people to hyperspace jump to other systems. I think there is definitely a chance the game can present us with a wormhole that is just that powerful that even the best grav drive couldn't do what it can. To expand more on that, again, I think that is a definite possibility that the end game through traveling into that wormhole is that it will take you to a place where you do eventually find an intelligent alien civilization that humans will be able to work with, akin to so many other different science fiction franchises you've seen before. Franchises where you see the humans and aliens working together and coexisting. I think a franchise like Star Trek exemplifies that as one of the better uses of human and alien life forms working together. There are many different types of factions in that universe that exist as well, so there are very big similarities to that here in Starfield as well. There is just something I feel like so cool about thinking that that is what will be the end game with you doing that, and I honest to God hope it's true. On top of that, I also wonder if this theory of mine is true that the alien civilization that you come across will act as a new game plus style game mechanic that lets you use them for whatever it is that you do after the main story is completed. That is, of course, if the game does have a new game plus mode in it, which it better. I just also have to say that it is really cool and fun to talk about these things. I just really hope you guys can comment down below and have good discussions and conversations about what you think it is going to be. I even made a theory to suggest that the end game will be a black hole as a video. Like, what do you all think about that idea? We know Todd Howard has shot down the question of if there will be any, but my money is definitely on the fact that there will be probably one inside of the game, and I bet you it's going to be somewhere in the story. If you remember, akin to Interstellar, in that film, when Cooper goes into the black hole, he makes contact with interdimensional omniscient beings, who then give him the ability to communicate with his daughter to where she can then go on to solve the mystery behind gravity. What if the story ends on something like that, but not quite literally the same as the film? So with that being said, I think that's where we are going to end off this video. I really do hope you all enjoyed this one because it was a fun one that I think on, and one that I was suggested to make by one of my viewers while I'm on vacation. So thank you again to that viewer who suggested it. There are many things to theorize on, so I want to hear it from you all down below in the comment section. Like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you are looking forward to Starfield and also the story as well. I hope everyone here has a wonderful rest of their day, and I will see you all soon for another video. This is Orion, signing out.